Hi guys, hope everyone's well and not getting too cold. Right, we got a beech hedge here, a little bit on the grotty side. It's been badly cut in the past by the look of it. And we've got a bit of everything growing out of it, some bamboo at the bottom, hellebores and ivy and stinging nettles. On this job I've got to do the hedge and all the shrubbery the other side. And so what I did certainly on the front, because I thought that's the bit people see, just to make it look just a little bit better, I actually ran the hedge cut along the edge of the curb there as well. Try and just chop all that rubbish out. As you can probably tell, it was a little bit blowy this particular day. The wind was actually pretty gusty, and I was just a little bit on the cold side as well. All this ivy that's coming through, I sort of lifted up with his foot basically, just give it a good kick, lifted it up so I could get to the curb. But the shrub bed behind, which you'll see in a little bit, is absolutely carpeted with ivy and some stinging nettles. This particular job didn't use a lot of finesse on it, I'll be quite honest, but I will explain that one. I actually noticed that the hedge actually had a slight run uphill on it all the way along. So what I did, I sort of cut it as level as I could, but I didn't want to be doing a sort of hedge reduction on this end. So I cut in till it started getting a bit too woody. Then I actually put a step in it and then flattened it off again. It levelled the hedge out and it's quicker. I was just having a quick look there, just make sure my camera hadn't blown off the roof of the van. Actually in this video I've left one or two bits in that normally you'd sort of edit out, and they are sort of from the aspect of when you're sort of trying to film these jobs. You know, you'll see me actually move the camera. I thought, you know, any of you out there sort of thinking about doing a video or something, it may be some help to you. I do apologise if some of the film looks a bit dark at times or a bit bright. It was actually a funny old day. It actually stopped raining about 7:30 in the morning and I got there at 7:45, and it was really heavy cloud and quite dark and dank. But then later on, as you'll see, the sun came out and it was blinding. So it sort of it was a day or two season. As I was blowing it, you can tell no one's been around the front here. They've swept up for a long, long time. Sort of no end of sort of semi-rotten leaves stuck to the ground, and very wet as well. And there it is all done. And the sun's come out as well now. It's the top and the face. You can see a little bit of step up on it up there. It's not perfectly straight level, but it ain't too bad. Right, we're now on the inside, obviously. At this point, the customer, she'd gone to work, so I backed my van in. Right, I actually said at the beginning on this video that this job weren't involving a lot of finesse, should we say. What it is, the place is for sale, and some of the borders are a bit grotty, should we say, and all they wanted me to do was basically just tidy them up with hedge, the shrubbery, etc. They didn't want anything fancy. They wanted sort of more amount of work done rather than care of it, so to speak. So it was a case of I was there for the day on my day rate, basically cut as much as I could for them to make it look presentable. So basically this job was, it's a set amount of money, just cut as much as I can for them, with, you know, nothing fancy. My little set of ladders, I had them as a step ladder, which I was cutting when I was cutting the front hedge. I actually got a camera mounted on them on the top run, which is handy when you got it out, that you got a nice height on it. And as you can see, my jacket's actually hanging on it as well, and that's blown in the wind in front of it. While I remember, I just want to do a quick shout out, and that's, if you can check out Brett's Horticulture, new channel, go check it out, give him a little bit of support. And Paul Anderton, both a couple of cracking channels, well worth you having a quick look, and they're doing some good stuff. The whole of this job I did with the short reach and the long reach. They were the only two tools I used to cut. OM secateurs for odd bits and pieces. At this point I suddenly thought perhaps I'll show you the inside, what I've actually got to cut. I'm sorry about this sort of the shade and everything, it's just the sun was so low. It was difficult for the camera to sort of, I think, how it adjusts itself. As you can see, it's a bit of a mess, and bamboo, dreaded bamboo, that's everywhere. But yeah, you can see a little bit better there, it's neglected. We're on the old helmet cam here, but if any of you follow me on Instagram, I think it was, yeah, it's Friday, I actually put a couple of pictures up of top of a large kind of a hedge, and sort of doing a bit of hedge walking, or hedge shuffling, should we say, shuffle along the top. I was hoping to get some sort of film of it, and I did have the camera in my pocket, but I had a little bit of an audience. I think the customer thought there's a madman sort of trying to walk up and down the top of the hedge, so I couldn't really get any film of that. But I'm actively trying to get a bit of footage of hedge walking, but it's not recommended practice you do it, so I don't recommend you do it, but it will make interesting footage. So at this point I've actually got my coat off. It was absolutely bitterly cold, but probably like a lot of you, when you've got a coat on, I feel so restricted. You don't get the chance to move enough to keep yourself warm, so the coat isn't no benefit anyway, so I end up taking my coat off and just stay cold, but at least I can move around a bit more. Right, with this bamboo, there isn't a lot I could do with it. So basically I just treat it like it was a big shrub, and trimmed it back to, there is a bit of edging under there, and sort of trimmed the top off. And so there wasn't much else I could do with it. As you can see, this bamboo is absolutely run wild. I could actually see bits of euonymus and all sorts sticking out sort of from in the middle of it, but it's just taken over, and it's even coming up in the drive. But I'm no bamboo expert, but I'd have said there was at least 4 or 5 different varieties of bamboo in here as well. But as I said, I was there for the day, so I just had to do what I could do with it in the time I had. And this is the fun bit we all enjoy, don't we? The clearing up. It don't take long to make a mess, but it always seems to take forever to rake it up and tidy. I think it took me until about lunchtime to do all this part at the front, and then I did a little bit down the side, and I think there's a few shrubs around the back I did. And I got done about 4:15ish, I think. And there's the front all done. Like I say, it's not been a lot of finesse in doing this, and reality I'd like to spend a lot more time in there and done a bit better job. But it's what they wanted, and it pays the bills. So, hope you enjoyed, and thank you for watching. Thank you.